The sun was dipping behind the hills of Moab when Ruth stepped outside the small clay house she shared with her mother-in-law, Naomi. The air smelled of dust, dry grass, and a kind of sadness that seemed to cling to them like a shadow. Ruth was young, barely in her 20s, but life had already taken much from her. Her husband, Naomi's son, had died months before. Naomi's other son, too, had passed away. And Naomi's husband had died years earlier. 3 women. 3 graves, not much left except one another. Naomi often sat near the doorway, her hands folded, her eyes lost somewhere far away. "I have nothing left here," she whispered one morning. "I must return to Bethlehem. My people are there, and maybe God will show mercy." Ruth looked at her with soft, determined eyes. "If you go, I go." Naomi shook her head. "My daughter, stay in Moab. You are young. You can remarry, rebuild your life. I can't give you anything." But Ruth gently held Naomi's hands. "Where you go, I will go. Where you live, I will live. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God. And where you die, I will die." Her voice did not tremble. It was a promise made from the deepest part of her heart. Naomi saw the loyalty in Ruth's eyes, loyalty stronger than blood, stronger than history. And so the 2 women began their journey to Bethlehem. The road was long and harsh, days under the burning sun, nights cold and filled with jackal cries. But Ruth never complained. She supported Naomi over rocky hills, shared the last pieces of bread, poured encouragement into the silence. When they finally reached Bethlehem, the city buzzed with whispers. "Naomi has returned. But who is the young woman with her? She's a Moabite from a foreign land." Naomi lowered her head. "Do not call me Naomi," she murmured to the women who gathered around. "Call me Mara, for my life has grown bitter." But Ruth refused to let bitterness shape their future. "I will find work," she said. "We will survive." Bethlehem's harvest season had begun, and the golden fields stretched beyond the horizon. According to local custom, poor people were allowed to gather leftover grain that fell from the harvester's hands. Ruth walked into the fields, praying silently that someone would show kindness. She bent to pick up fallen stalks, working slowly, quietly, with dignity in every gesture. What she didn't know was that the field belonged to Boaz, a respected and wealthy man known for fairness and kindness. When Boaz visited the workers, he noticed the young woman immediately. "Who is she?" he asked the overseer. "That is Ruth, the Moabite woman who returned with Naomi," the man replied. "She has worked from morning until now, hardly resting at all." Boaz watched her for a moment. Her humility, her strength, her quiet perseverance, there was something noble in the way she moved. When Ruth approached for water, Boaz stepped toward her. "Listen, my daughter," he said gently. "Stay in my fields. Don't worry, I have told my workers not to harm you. When you are thirsty, drink from what the men have drawn." Ruth bowed deeply. "Why are you so kind to me? I am not even from your people." Boaz smiled. "I have heard everything you did for Naomi. You left your home, your family, your land to care for her. May the God of Israel reward you richly." Ruth felt warmth spread through her chest. Kindness was a rare gift, and she treasured it. Boaz invited her to eat with his workers, offering her bread dipped in vinegar and roasted grain. Ruth ate until she was full and carried the leftovers home to Naomi. When Naomi saw the abundance of grain, her eyes widened. "Where did you work today?" "In the fields of a man named Boaz," Ruth replied. Naomi froze. "Boaz, he is our relative. He is one who can redeem our family name. My daughter, God has not forgotten us." That night, Naomi's hope returned like a flicker of light after a long darkness. She guided Ruth with wisdom, telling her how to approach Boaz respectfully and remind him of his role as a kinsman redeemer, someone who could protect and restore their family's honor. Ruth listened carefully. She wanted nothing for herself. She wanted security for Naomi, the woman who had become her true family. When the harvest ended, Boaz slept near the grain pile, guarding it. Ruth approached quietly, as Naomi instructed, and lay at his feet, a gesture of humility and request. Startled awake, Boaz asked, "Who are you?" "I am Ruth," she whispered. "Spread your cloak over me, for you are my family's redeemer." Boaz's expression softened. "You have shown great kindness. And do not fear, I will do for you what you ask. But there is another relative closer than I must speak to him first." Ruth returned home before sunrise, her heart steady with faith. Naomi listened to every word Ruth told her, then nodded with certainty. Boaz will not rest until this matter is settled. The next morning, Boaz met the closer relative at the city gate. With the elders present, he explained the situation. The man hesitated. "I cannot redeem Naomi's land. It may endanger my own estate." Boaz nodded. "Then I will redeem it." A sandal was removed, a cultural sign of agreement, and the redemption became official. Naomi's land, her family name, and Ruth's future were now protected. Not long after, Boaz and Ruth were married. The people of Bethlehem celebrated, blessing them with words of hope and abundance. In time, Ruth gave birth to a son, Obed. Naomi held the baby close, tears of joy filling her eyes. The women of the town smiled. Naomi has a son again. God has restored her life through Ruth. Obed grew to be the grandfather of King David, one of the greatest leaders in Israel's history. And generations later, from this very family line, Jesus would be born. But the heart of the story remains simple and timeless. Loyalty, kindness, faith, redemption. A foreign woman who chose love over fear, a grieving mother restored, a good man who acted with honor. Ruth's story teaches that even in the darkest valleys, faithfulness shines the brightest.